still getting used to this place. It does not quite feel like home, but hopefully someday.
I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued trauma.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine now. You go do what you have to do. I'll be okay.
Wouldn't mind burning some helium out in the fringe instead of being here, you know?
This is amazing! The unity, the multiverse, this is everything and more, literally.
There's a lot to unpack here.
No kidding. Think of the dissertations. Boundless topics, no bounds. Except the books, they're bound. This explains so much, though. They're disorganized, petty, weird, and also deeply fascinating at the same time. Because they are just people. We never rule that out, but it feels so good to know we weren't fighting against robot alien ghost gods or something.
They are monsters. People have suffered because of their nonsense.
You're right. They've hurt us in their quest for power. They've hurt countless others. What if every other universe is in shambles because of them? We don't know. But it all comes back to this. We don't know what will happen if you enter the Unity. You might lose yourself or become a two-headed space shark. There are too many variables.
Whoever enters the Unity might become our next enemy.
That's a valid concern. But at the same time, none of us would be here if we weren't willing to take those risks. Of course, at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I will say this. Our entire purpose in Constellation is to explore. Why would we stop now?
Agreed. I need to do this, Barrett.
I'm with you. I'm not going to hold you back. But if you become evil or whatever, I'm also not going to have your back.
Thanks, Barrett, I think.
Anytime. The possibility of turning evil aside, I appreciate you taking the lead on this. You're guiding Constellation to new frontiers, new discoveries, and we should all follow your example. On that note, there's something else I'd like to discuss with you, if you have time. It's not on the scale of entering the Unity, but it is tangentially related.
I have time. Tell me what's on your mind.
Thanks. This has been swirling in my brain goo for a while now. So, I've been pondering over what's happened and what it all means. And I've got a favor to ask. A teensy-weensy favor. About the size of a plank length, really. I think it's time I joined you in the physics-bending powers business. See if one of those temples works for more than just you.
Let's go get your powers then.
Marvelous. I'm glad you're as gung-ho about this as I am. As it so happens, I've already talked to Vladimir. Seems our eye in the sky is back up and running. He sent me the coordinates for the temple already. We just have to visit. Hey, when you're not busy, let's chat.
Discuss with you.
Neon, you'd think it would be peaceful with all those calm waters and beautiful sunsets. But I can't think of any town that's more stressful. Reusion, Infinity Ltd. And there you were, navigating corporate bureaucracy like a professional.
I'm just glad it's done. I couldn't take much more.
I hear you. Look, I know Neon is going to be Neon, no matter what any of us do about it. But I'm glad you put a stop to that neuroamp tech. Nothing good was going to come from that.
We have given Ryujin too much power.
They could control groups, armies. They could have become a military power. I guess we'll find out if we can trust them if you suddenly start coming after all of us, huh?
Ryujin knows better than to do that, even if they could.
I guess we'll find out. Anyway, not that I care a ton about the internal politics of some ethically dubious megacorp, but... So, Masako, huh? I mean, between her and Ularu Chin, I get it, but... You don't trust her, do you?
I didn't trust any of them.
Well, I trust you, and I'm glad the choice was yours and not mine. Anyway, you didn't happen to pick up any investment tips while you were in there? Just kidding. I don't even want to know. Hey, when you're not busy, let's chat.
Jeez.
So, Ellie contacted me about the case.
Please tell me I've been waiting to hear about it.
Same. I was beginning to get worried since we hadn't heard from her. But that's interstellar communication for you. Anyway, we have a verdict. Irvin's record will be expunged on account of his death occurring before the trial ended. It's a technical victory, but we'll take it. We can't change the system that made this happen. But I'm glad we tried.
Then my congratulations and gratitude to our lawyer.
Already did, of course. And a third of the settlement. Just made sense considering how much she did for us. And speaking of the settlement, I divided it into equal portions for me, you, Ellie, and expenses. Here's your share. And I sold the apartment. So here's the bonus from that after taxes. I gave my portion to Ellie so she could fund other cases. So there it is. I guess it's over.
Case closed, detective.
There it is. I guess I needed to actually hear someone say it. Case closed. Whew. Finally. It's not lost on me that you've encouraged me to pursue this investigation from the beginning, you know. I appreciate your support more than you can imagine. Thanks, Detective.
We make a good team.
I'm glad you haven't changed your mind on working with others after all this. A long time ago, you talked about valuing teamwork. You really meant it. Don't tell the others. But I was having a hard time focusing because of all this trial stuff. So thank you for helping with that.
Your secret's safe with me.
As close as we've gotten? I believe that. Usually Vasco's the only one I trust. Granted, he's programmed not to blab. With you, no special protocols required. Anyway, I'm just glad we got everything settled with Irvin's case. It was just one loose end in a universe full of them. But I'm glad it's tied.
This is the temple. Oh, there's no gravity here. Almost no gravity here. Yeah, which way is the entry? Over here. See, Barrett? Where you at, buddy? Good.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah. Getting any better? Let me in the middle. Oh wait, I forgot to do that. It's too far away. Oh, wait, never mind. on, Barrett.
Just look at this place. Incredible.
Hello, universe. This is Barrett, returning your call.
What in the... Who in the... Whoa. Hello, handsome.
Alright, Barrett.
You got to be joking. Nope. Okay. Skipping the initial shock of it all. Agreed. Not worth it. Forming a hypothesis.
Did you clone yourself?
That doesn't make sense. Cloning is a complicated procedure involving a lot of complex science. This was... a whole lot weirder. That's one way to put it.
Okay, who's the evil one?
You know, my captain asked the same thing. Different captain, though, so you aren't an exact facsimile. From my readings, you don't have your appendix, and you're a quarter of a centimeter taller than me. Minor differences, but fascinating. I wonder what else is different.
One of you explain what's happening here.
Molecular binary schism? Temporal twinning? Group hallucination? Don't forget the fluctuations in the energy patterns, which align almost deterministically. Harmonized vibrations distorting some mechanical barrier between neighboring universes? Impossible to know with such a minute subset of readings. We need more data. Obviously.
What do we call you, Other Barrett?
I'll be Barrett Prime. Amundsen is fine. Usually the barrier between us is too thick to communicate much anyway. Amundsen? Now I know you're not me. Hey, one of us has to keep it classy.
Welcome aboard.
Whoa there. Sustaining this connection requires a lot of concentration. Is this permanent? You will eventually monitor the energy fluctuations and agree. But no, this is unusual. I could study this forever. Irvin told me to just enjoy it and collect data on the side for later. And I'm glad I did. Irvin? He's with you. He's... okay? By the tone of your voice, I'm gathering some things in our lives might be a bit different. Is he happy? Yes, he is. Our daughter pilots the ship after Vasco was destroyed. But otherwise, we've survived the war well.
The war?
Going on 20 years now. But we're starting to turn the tide. Imagine all of the variations. It's endless.
Daughter?
Amazing. Sounds like you don't have a daughter here, I take it. No, we talked about it, but no. We named her after Aja, my mentor. She died in the crossfire between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective decades ago. For me, Irvin died instead of Aja in that crossfire. She's best friends with Cora, and she's smart as hell. Of course she is.
Oh no, Vasco?
Oh, man. I only hope the new one we're building is just as salty as the last one.
Irvin's alive?
It's been so long. The horror of the infinite is the inclusion of the unimaginable. I promise. He's happy. We're happy.
Things sound very different where you're from.
I have so many questions. I wonder how many paths I've taken, we've taken, how many variations, how many ended with heartache, and how many with joy. I think about that all the time. Wait, what's that noise? Starborn ship.
Barrett, get ready for a fight. Need to continue this conversation later on?
No idea. This isn't how the power works for me. I've never had a conversation with myself before. You pretty much know everything I do now anyway. More than I ever hoped for.
Barrett, get ready for a fight.
We can handle this. On it.
Alright. Where are they coming from?
Simple. Love it.
Barrett, you good? He's busy. Barrett, I need you to talk to me. Talk to me. Fine, tell me where you're running off to. There's nothing here.
Something happened. I can't hold on to you. I'm struggling. Being pulled through the barrier. This is probably it, friends. Amundsen, cherish every moment with them.
I already do, my friend. I promise.
So look, for the record, I am the same Barrett that came here with you. For sure. I think.
Trust me, I noticed.
Could you imagine if I just kept pulling other Barretts into existence? Forever? An entire universe full of me.
Did you try to do that?
Kinda. I mean, here's the thing. It's pretty exhausting in a way that's hard to describe. A second one of me seems, well, frankly, it seems like it would kill me. But yes, I tried. Briefly. Then I stopped when I realized how impossible it would be. Makes me tired just thinking about it.
That doesn't seem to be possible.
True. How would I stand out in a crowd made entirely of myself anyway? Anyway, it's a relief, you know. I have this ability, this power. And I'm still just me. Just regular Barrett. And I already feel like it's subsiding. I no longer feel like I'm in a huge crowd.
Can you still use your power?
Yes, though it takes a lot of concentration. If I do it a lot, I bet I'd give myself a headache. From myself. I'm my own migraine.
It seems useful.
I thought so too. Other me, other Barrett, seemed like he was able to handle himself well in that fight. Anyway, we'll see. If the other me gets in the way, I can just release him, or stop using the power entirely. For now, I just need to use this power a bit and digest what all has happened.
Can we talk about your new power, Barrett?
Sure, but give me some time. I want to use it a bit more. See what its limits are. I just need some time with it.
Do you want to talk about Irvin?
I lost my Irvin. I know that. I wish beyond anything that he appeared in that temple instead of me. But it helps to know there's an Irvin out there somewhere living a life full of love with someone like me. I can move forward with that thought in my heart.
Use your power when you want to, Barrett.
That's pretty exhausting, really. So I might only do it when I feel like we could use backup. For now, anyway.